everyone. Welcome back to Lucid Raver. My name is Brooke. I am your host. Today's guest, we have Ryan. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan.
So, our topic for this week is health and wellness, and we will be getting into that shortly. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about Ryan and how I met him. So, it was over three and a half years ago I met you.
Yeah.
My best friend Selena from high school, she decided that she wanted to go to Forbidden Kingdom Music Festival as her first festival, and since she lived in Boca, and her roommate was Ryan at the time, and it was her and her boyfriend, and it was me, Harley, and Phoenix,
Yeah.
and I bet we looked like a bunch of goobs like in front of you guys for a sec, but we had a really good weekend overall, like good vibes. Actually, that was probably one of my favorite Forbidden Kingdoms for sure, since we got to stay at that one stage. It was only one stage all day. You can't get lost. You can't,
You get to see everybody.
Yeah, you get to see
Yeah.
everyone. There's like this really awesome lake view that you can sit down and kind of just relax on. And I don't know, it was really cool meeting you there.
It's a fun festival. Been there every year so far. So,
Yeah.
What was it, year 2 that we met up?
No.
It was the first year?
Yeah, first year.
Yeah.
First year, second year, third year.
Every year since. Yep.
And then we also have done Lost Lands together, and I've seen you at like a couple other festivals, but Lost Lands is
Home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the main
home.
spot for Forbidden Kingdom and Lost Lands.
Yeah, well,
Base.
I will not be going back to Forbidden Kingdom after 2 weeks ago.
She said that last year.
No, I am really done. I really don't like the Central Florida Fairgrounds unless it is like just for like an artist, just an artist, not like in a whole event kind
Maybe
of thing.
in the warehouse again.
Yeah, the warehouse
was
was cool.
Warehouse
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
But yeah, it was very hot. It was not loud. Did not like the.
Yeah, it was
the
too
low sound.
too hot. I brought like this $8 umbrella that was just so perfect. It was small enough to really shade me from the sun, and a lot of people were jealous that they really wanted my umbrella.
That was a good idea.
Yeah. I have no regrets. So tell us where you're from, how long you've been in the rave scene for, your first artist that you've seen, and what type of raver are you?
So I'm from South Florida. Born and raised in South Florida, Port St. Lucie originally. Moved up to Orlando when I was, 15, 16 years old, and made a good group of friends. As far as like the rave scene, I was a little bit late to it, to be honest with you. It was when Skrillex released Recess, I went and saw him at Red Rocks for a 2-night show on the Mothership tour, and so that's kind of what I got introduced to EDM was at Red Rocks.
What year was that?
That was 2011, 2012.
Okay, yeah, that's when I started getting into the rave scene, like 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going to that show and just kind of seeing, the vibes, just the sounds, the lights, the lasers, just the entire atmosphere and feel of what was going on was something special, and I kind of realized it then. I didn't know exactly what I liked about. I think it was the sound, right? But I found a love for that like dubstep, bro step kind of sound. So I started exploring from there.
So the old school like Excision, Rusko,
Yep.
Caspa,
Yeah.
Skrillex, obviously.
Yeah. So I've been in it for I don't know,
quite some time.
7, 8 years now. Yeah, something like that.
You would consider yourself a bass raver?
Oh, so for sure. I mean, everything Excision for me. Me and Dylan might compete for biggest Excision
for Die Hard.
Possibly. I go everywhere to see Excision, but yeah, I'm definitely a bass headbanger.
Headbanger for sure. He would never miss an Excision set.
No, like my music throughout the month is 29 days of dubstep, and I give drum and bass a day now because
I gotta with the drum and bass.
February's out, so February misses out. So yeah, it's a lot of dubstep.
Okay.
A lot of bass.
So with that being said, I pretty sure I already know what your favorite festival is, but what is your favorite festival?
So it's definitely Lost Lands.
Eh,
I've been going since year one, and I just found it to be a place where I could feel free and just kind of be myself. And um, I went with a good friend of mine, Tarika, who I've known for like 15, 16 years. She's like a house type of drum and bass kind of person, but she went to this festival. It was really my first festival,
mhm.
so um, it was an amazing time, and I knew then that I would never miss another year, and I won't until I am gone. So I love the place. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What makes it stand out more than other festivals?
I mean, just when you walk in and you just see this valley and you see this awesome stage with these people, just this sea of people just being free and, feeling, you can feel it just in the air, just the sound of bass around the, the hills and through the woods. And I mean, um, yeah, it's just a really special place. I love the dinosaur theme thing. Big dino guy. Probably going to get my first tattoo here soon, kind of do like a T Rex thing kind of along the arm type situation. So, but yeah, I just love that place. Yep.
Same.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so in going into the health and wellness topic, he has been through such a journey. When I first met Ryan, he was a way different person, and I'm very proud of where you have come from. He had a significant weight loss journey, and I brought him on here today because I want him to tell his story and talk about his inspirations and like just everything that he's been through. And I guess like also the impact of you going to festivals now and how you're affected and just stuff like that.
Yeah, the difference in how it feels to just be able to walk around all day and stand on my feet and move around and, lose my mind for 8, 10 hours has totally changed. Yeah. So I don't know, 2.5 years ago or so, I was close to 400 pounds. And, I started just started not feeling great at all. Like just in, so I kind of just started, I was big into the dubstep stuff, like I said. And, I just started walking around the neighborhood and listening to music. And I just take these random 15-minute walks, around the block. They would turn into a half hour. They would turn into 45 minutes. Um, and then I jumped on the scale like 60 days or so into this finally, just to kind of, I knew it was bad. I just didn't know how bad it was. But I jumped on the scale, it was 370 pounds. That was after 60 days of like really trying to do some stuff. But I was happy with that. Lost Lands was like 4 or 5 months away,
Mm.
and I wanted to get down, to like the 330, 340 range in that 30-day period. So I made that a goal. Obviously, listened to a lot of music and just kept on walking. And eating was didn't really change much. I was just a bad eater. I always just pizza, burgers, fries, fried food, all that good stuff. Like that's what I liked for
Mm.
whatever reason. And I couldn't even stop that with the, walking and things. So um yeah, from that point made it to Lost Lands. I kind of kept going, and COVID ended up hitting right in March, and I got down to like 315, something like that, up to that point, and everything shut down. The gyms, I was starting to try to hit some tennis balls and just kind of run around tennis courts and stuff like that, but um, COVID hit, everything shut down. I started eating again. I started sitting around. I started playing video games all day, and just kind of backed up to about 350, and moved up to Orlando from Palm Beach, and had a heart issue one night that scared the hell out of me, and went to a doctor. Deductible, $15,000, $16,000 to get these tests done. Blah blah blah. I didn't have money to do that. I had insurance, but I didn't have deductible money to even start the process. So I yeah, I had this wonderful coach reach out to me who just kind of saw something in me, and she asked if she could help me. And I said yes.
Did you previously know her?
Yeah, so I knew her from work, and I told her about what was going on, and she's like, "I just finished this coaching program, and I'm able to kind of I'm able to do this for somebody for free for a year, and do you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." Even though I wasn't sure, if I could do it, blah blah blah. It was one of those things where I want to, but I don't know if I can. I was in that kind of mindset. I'm not sure what I can really do with myself, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. So, um, yeah, we just started on that. We started doing a program where we basically change habits of, you know, how you eat, eating less, eating slower, chewing up your food, making sure that you enjoy what you're eating, and just kind of slow it down so you're like feeling full, and then stop. And do that for 2 weeks or so, and then just kind of start noticing the differences and the changes in the way you feel. Go back to trying to eat fast, and see how that feels. It sucks,
Mm-hmm.
So once you start to realize that you can kind of feel the way you choose to by, taking actions to um, feel that way, you got a lot of power there, So that's kind of what happened. So
How long was that process like of like slowly getting into that? Were you practicing it heavy like for 2 weeks, or were you just slowly kind of just getting into that?
So I was doing an awful lot of walking still. I was struggling with the food stuff still. Like I was slowing down and stuff, but I was still eating a lot of not great stuff. But we got to this point where we started working on, all right, make sure we get some protein in each meal. Let's make sure we get some good fat in each meal. Let's make sure we get some fruit, veggies. Let's start drinking a lot of water. Stop drinking a 12 pack of soda a day. Like for real. Like what are you doing? So
Mm-hmm.
she made some suggestions on some books because I was always like playing a victim kind of mentality. Like, well, I want this because I like this, and like if things were going wrong, I was always looking to blame like somebody else or something. And as much as I knew like that wasn't cool, um, I didn't know why that was happening. I didn't know how to change that necessarily. So she gave me some books to read. One like the Four Agreements.
Yeah, I read that book.
This is a book that really helps you identify why you think the way you do and how
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of adjust
Mm-hmm.
and change those things.
We have be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Um, what was the other one?
Always do your best.
Always do your best is the last one, and then don't assume.
Don't make assumptions.
Yes,
And when you live by those four things, even things really start to become a lot simpler.
yeah, you seem. I mean, you always seem very calm and nice, but I just feel like your overall demeanor has. You're just like going with the flow, just enjoying life, and just I don't know. I mean, we all have our bad days, but your demeanor has become more bright
Well,
in a sense.
through the process, I mean, you find some purpose and you find some meaning for life. Like once you find that, a lot of things change in the
Mm-hmm.
way you go about your day every single day. Like once I knew kind of where I wanted to go with my life and what I enjoyed doing every time I went to go do it, and I just started understanding like I could do that if I just started trying every single day,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how people do it. They just do it until it's done, or they stop, they give up, right?
And sometimes it's just like baby steps in like where you want to get. Like you didn't just go balls to the wall. You slowly got into it, and I
Yep.
feel like a lot of people need to realize that all good things don't come like this. It's you have to work for it, and just even getting out of bed and doing baby steps is just like initiative of
Just
trying.
getting out of bed and making the bed,
Yeah.
like just starting to do some accomplishing things first thing in the morning feels really good. For me, it became all about habits and forming routines.
Mhm.
Through the program, realizing that if you do things for a while, those you can continue to do those things pretty easily, right? Like the slowing down of the eating, for example. You do that for 2 weeks and you start to notice how you feel. Well, now you naturally kind of just want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're no longer trying to stuff food down your mouth. Um, but anyway, yeah. So I don't know, kind of got lost there for a second. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So for your habits, I guess let's start off with eating. What have you, I guess, changed, and like what is some good methods that you're doing, like making food at home or portioning out stuff or
Okay, yeah. So food wise, that was the hardest thing for me. I really started to enjoy the physical activity and getting out and moving around. But I was still having a problem with the eating. I still wanted to eat the junk food and things like that. So I just kind of just made sure I had those cheat days and was cool with it. Like I didn't have those cheat days and say, okay, well, that's the end of it. I had that day and then I got up the next morning at 5 o'clock and hit the gym again,
mm-hmm.
and like it never happened. It was just, that's what I felt like having. I'm having it. What are the consequences of that? Not feeling great. You recognize that. Don't continuously do it,
Mm-hmm.
until you have that little craving of like, okay, I need that pizza tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and order it. And it's cool to do.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can't beat yourself up about it. You got to enjoy the things that you enjoy, and if it makes you not feel great, just recognize that kind of thing, and don't do it all the time. But the other big thing for me was rewarding myself, like smallest accomplishments. Um, the smallest little things. It didn't matter. The first time I walked 15 minutes, or the first time I went 30 buying new headphones, or um, taking a trip down to Miami for a weekend or something like that. I was cool with doing rewards when I made an accomplishment.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
a
yeah.
lot of people don't, think. I think I don't know, but I'm assuming, which I shouldn't be doing. Um, I think a lot of people don't give themselves enough credit for the small things, the small steps that they do take, because they seem small, but those small steps are what really gets the entire process rolling and moving. You start to really start noticing changes at the beginning, and you just want more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like it becomes like once you actually, because after that slow process, you actually start seeing those results. It becomes like so it becomes addicting, but also just a sense of like just accomplishment and
Yeah.
being proud of yourself that you were disciplined enough to like want to better yourself.
And I realized that you can get that type of discipline if you just,
Try.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just doing.
Yeah.
Stop thinking and just do. And if it goes wrong, who cares? Like you're gonna learn something from that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can kind of start to maintain that type of attitude where failure is not really a thing, um, you're going to do a lot better, and you're going to be able to treat yourself a lot better. You're going to be able to remain a lot calmer. Um, so I think that's kind of how I do it. And as far as food goes, I mean, every single morning I have eggs, I have bacon, I have some honey oat cereal, I have some fruit.
Mm-hmm.
I take some vitamins. Um, Lunch, I eat chicken. 5 times out of the week for lunch. Usually with some more fruit like watermelon, something like that. Snack on like bananas, a granola bar throughout the day. Dinner, a lot of meat, protein, burgers, lots of burgers.
And you're making a good portion of this? Are you going out sometimes
I
or?
make dinner every night.
Oh, that's really good.
Lunch, I eat out. I eat a lot of Chick-fil-A. Just chicken though.
I love
Just oh, I
Chick-fil-A.
love it too. It's
Wait, do you get the fried chicken or grilled chicken?
I get the hand breaded fried. Well,
Oh.
the chicken tender,
I do the grilled chicken. You're eating chicken tenders?
Yeah.
You need to be careful.
Listen, why?
Have you not seen what is in a chicken nugget? Oh no, chicken tender. Sorry, I get chicken nuggets and chicken
For
tenders.
Chick-fil-A or McDonald's? I've seen the McDonald's stuff.
I mean, I'm so against chicken nuggets, regardless of where it comes from, because it's basically just a bunch of meat. I mean, that's how hamburger patties are too, but just a bunch of different meats mushed up together. Then all this other crap somehow finds
All
itself
right,
in
I
there.
might start eating some grilled chicken
Yeah,
just because it's
yeah,
time to maybe change it a little bit,
yeah.
no doubt.
They're
But
they're finding microplastics in chicken nuggets.
in my Chick-fil-A, I don't do chicken nuggets. I do chicken tenders.
I mean, the tenders, maybe not, but chicken nuggets, guys, definitely don't eat
I
those.
don't eat chicken nuggets, by the way.
They're not.
Chicken
I
tenders,
haven't
like
eaten
the
chicken nugget
strips.
in 7 years.
Yeah, they're not great, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I can afford to eat Chick-fil-A 5 times a week though, because like I honestly I'm in the gym from when it opens at 5 o'clock, usually till 7:38 in the morning, um, and that's gonna be 5 days a week, and then I hit the weekend full like cardio kind of day. I've gone really hard and extreme to this thing, and I definitely wouldn't say that's for everybody, but
Yeah, you dropped a significant amount of weight. So in your first year, how much did you drop?
so it just kind of fluctuated, right? I think I got towards that 400 range, because I did not weigh in for that first 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finally did, it was 370. And I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I hurt so much back then. Like everything just hurt so bad. I thought it was like coming to an end kind of thing. I would literally sit in my room and just kind of hope that I can make it to one more Lost Lands. I'm not even kidding. Like I just want to make it to one more Lost Lands and whatever. Like I was hopeless like that. Like it just I didn't know where I was going, what I wanted to do. Um, I was just working and paying bills, and there was no reason for it. There was no purpose there. So this whole weight loss journey took me through an entire change of life, and that's probably the bigger thing than the weight loss was what happened up here.
Do you think that you might have had some sort of ego death?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I was not a nice person sometimes. I was a very angry person. It's definitely not the kind of person I am today. I handle stress very well. I don't even really get stressed, and when I do, I can just kind of I have the tools now to just kind of
Work
brush it
through it.
off, like
Yeah.
just let it go. Just be open to thinking differently about what is bothering you. Like that's a note that I kept in front of me for over a year and a half was I'm open to thinking differently about this. And anytime I started to complain or moan or be negative about something, I would read that out loud. And it did things after a while. Sounds stupid. It sounded stupid to me when, it was suggested. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I heard another big one is like looking at yourself in the mirror every day and just say, I love you.
that. And I mean, for me, it got a little extreme. David Goggins is somebody who I started listening to, and he's a very intense human being. And that guy kind of gives you some tools to kind of go to war with yourself and to really fight that person that's inside that's telling you can't do things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a battle that you have to practice every single day and it never stops. It never
Mm.
will, because
Yeah.
there's always that little
The hardest person in your life is
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. So yeah, I went to war for sure with myself, and I figured a lot of things out doing that. But by the way, it was 175 pounds from that 370, and that was about in a year and a half. So that's the number for that. Sorry, I didn't answer that, but yeah, it's cool. It's awesome. I quit my job. I took some risk. I went into some debt. Um, all totally worth it. Would do it over a million times again because the way I feel and who I've become, um, I could, yeah, I couldn't tell you. I feel amazing. Like I'm just a very happy person.
Yeah, and when we go to the festivals now, he doesn't want to sit down. He just wants to
Go hard.
go hard and
Yeah.
just stand up. I commend you for that because that shit's hard sometimes.
Yeah, I was really surprised at Forbidden. I don't think I felt like uncomfortably hot or anything at all.
Uncomfortably hot. You didn't feel that at all?
Not at all. Like I felt so good, and I I drink a ton of water. I drink like a case of water a day, like literally 24 bottles of water a day. Probably someone will kill me for the bottles of water, but I drink a ton of water. I drink no soda, and that's from somebody who was drinking literally a 12-pack a day. Um, I eat pizza once a week. I treat myself to what I want, and if
Mhm.
I'm wanting to go do something, I will go do it, and that's what's changed. If it was the wrong decision, I'm gonna learn from it.
But
If it's the right one,
you moderate yourself and like at least try to. I mean, I'm not perfect. I have a sweet tooth. I like to eat chocolate
mhm.
like almost every night if I can.
I eat dark chocolate every single night.
It's so good. Like, how
Yeah,
do you? I also get some crazy dreams when I eat chocolate right before I go to
yeah,
bed.
that's part of the fun of eating chocolate.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like I am no means perfect. I work about out maybe like 3 times a week. I'd like to up it. Um, but
You can.
you just like do the best that you can, and if you're not happy with yourself, then I guess try harder if you want. But everything is in your power to do what you want to do with your life, and
Yeah, choices. That's huge. We have a choice in everything that we do, and that's a very powerful thing, right? We may not have a choice in the situation we're particularly in at that time, but we have a choice on how we can react in that situation and how we can just be. So everything is a choice. We have the power to make those choices. That includes health. That includes just being kind and nice to each other. That includes being kind to yourself. So it feels good when you start doing all those things.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
start feeling enlightened, and I'm trying to get enlightenment. Like I sometimes I am harsh on like myself, and I don't know.
Well, you have to be sometimes.
Yeah,
You have to
if you
kind
want
of,
to
if you want to change some things that you're not
happy
super
with,
happy
then
with.
you have to recognize, and you can't ignore
Yep.
certain things.
Face it every day. The mirror thing. Yeah, absolutely. Like you want to love yourself,
Mm-hmm.
but you also want to make sure that you do face the things that are testing you.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes again that can mean some sort of just going to battle with yourself and being able to try to get back control. So the 4 agreements, if anybody's struggling with how to um, figure out why they think a way they do, why they react a certain way they do, it may not be a great book for you, but for me, it was amazing. The Success Principles was another book for me. It was a very long book, but it taught me to take complete responsibility for today, yesterday, and the future. Be accountable for your own stuff and take responsibility of your life. That's how that book starts out. Take 100% responsibility of your life, and it's important to do that. And really good book. Um, and if you want to get really crazy into it, David Goggins, You Can't Hurt Me. I think that's what the book is called. He's got an incredible story, and if you have trouble wondering if you can get through something, you gotta kind of listen to this story and kind of get some ideas of how you can get through these things, especially the real tough stuff.
I have to check that out.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
it's good.
Um, so I'm gonna tie this into you and everyone for trying to get themselves ready for
Okay.
festivals health wise. Um, so let's talk about a couple of things that we should do to prepare for events, um, physically and mentally as well. So the first one is eating right.
Yeah.
Eating right is so important, and I find at festivals, if you don't eat, especially before you get into miscellaneous activities, a lot of people get really sick.
Yeah.
And I've seen it firsthand.
I tell you, before the day before I go to any festival, I am eating a big steak. I'm eating, a lot of veggies. I'm filling up really good. I'm making sure I'm good for the weekend and ready to go. Throughout the weekend, it can be hard. even to remember to eat,
Mm-hmm.
because you're just out there having so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It just don't even remember that it's time to do that, right? But, you know, um, just try to eat as healthy as you can, but again, for
Or
me,
eating healthy, or just putting food into your body
yeah,
to
conserve it.
to
Yeah, have energy.
yeah, for a festival specifically. If you don't have the basics of food and water, you're not going to have a good time, and bad things can happen to you.
Yeah, you got to drink a ton of water, no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
just don't stop drinking water. And the same before you go to a festival. Like, a couple weeks before you go to a festival, start
Hydrate, yeah.
downing some water, start walking. If you go to a gym, hit a treadmill on some incline, hit steps, for 15, 20 minutes a day for a few weeks before a festival. It will be a
Mhm.
lot easier for
To
you to
walk
get through
around.
that festival.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. Um Working out is my second one I have down. I For Lost Lands Music Festival last year, I was the very last tent spot in the whole festival. The very last one. It was a 45-minute walk up and down hills to get to the festival. If I was not training and working out like I was months prior, I would have had my ass handed to
Yeah.
me. And it's just so important to work out if you want to have a good time at a festival. Like, you will crap out real fast if you're not prepping your body for this long weekend of just nonstop dancing and partying. You're standing and boogieing and going through all this stuff, and your body needs to support you through that.
Yep. Yep. No doubt. Again, I'm very extreme with it, but yeah, I think 3, 4 times a week, just some home workouts. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff on Instagram, TikTok that, you can find to do some things to just, you know, keep yourself
A
in
good
shape.
balance between weight training and cardio, so
Yep.
then you can sustain longer and not holding stuff like your friggin' hydration pack on you all day and just standing can be a lot. But I feel like it's a lot of weight that you can sustain if you actually work out and train. It won't feel so heavy on you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about FK. I was totally surprised, a year ago I was much bigger at FK and I had a tough time out there. But it was 95 degrees out there. I handled it like a champ, man. Like, it just was nothing. I
You're
just
like,
couldn't
let's just keep
stop.
going. I don't care.
Yes, yes, and so I encourage, plus it feels so good, especially if you can start your day with like even just a 20, 30 minute walk around the neighborhood. You feel so much better
Mm-hmm.
throughout the rest of the day.
I heard a lot of drinking a lot, but waking up, drinking a full glass of water to
Mm-hmm.
start your day, and
Mm-hmm.
then doing a 30-minute exercise or
Yeah, I
something.
got a little 4 bottle fridge right in my room, so when I get up, I can grab a bottle of water and down it. Like, it for real just makes you feel better.
Refreshed,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, yeah, this is experience stuff. So I mean, it really does work. Um, and it's just trying and just believing that something that you're not doing right now, and if you just try to do something a little different, can change a lot. But you just kind of have to, again, be open to
Trying
thinking
something new.
different and
Yeah.
and trying something different, and you're gonna feel great. That's all I can say. You're gonna feel
It's
amazing.
guaranteed.
It's guaranteed.
For the next one is stretching. Stretching is just as important as working out.
One thousand
If
percent.
you do not stretch, you are going to feel like complete crap at the festival. I try to stretch about 25, 30 minutes before I go in. I especially have to do it since I have plantar fasciitis in both my feet. If I don't stretch the month and a half prior to me going to the festival, religiously, me standing in a crowd for hours at end, I will be in excruciating pain. So, after this interview, when you leave, I'm going to stretch for 25 minutes because
Yeah.
I want to be prepared for electric forest and I don't want to be in constant pain. So, stretching 110%, just try to a lot of stretching for back, like back poses are so essential. If you're able to just elongate the back and really just work that out, even like your hips, get your arms, just touch a couple of like primary areas and you'll feel good. Like do 15 and 20 minutes at least.
Yeah, I do 15 minutes twice a day. Once in the morning after my workout, once pretty much before I go to bed. Um, and I feel great before. I mean, I just started stretching probably 5 or 6 months ago.
But it's
It's
changed. You don't feel stiff anymore,
no,
right?
yeah. I mean, I started doing strength stuff, and I just started hurting everywhere, and I'm stiff is the perfect word for it. You can't bend. It hurts to like. So once I started stretching, 2 weeks in, I noticed a huge difference in kind of even how I could make, just have the movements. Like it just didn't hurt anymore. So
Yeah.
it's a combination of, cardio, strength, and stretching. I hit the sauna 15 minutes a day as well. Like cleans me out. It's great. I love it.
I don't do the sauna, but I should probably start.
It's so good. It feels so good, especially at the end of a workout.
I just don't like sweating.
Well, you get over it after a couple of weeks of feeling
I'm
really good when you get out of there.
I'm the person at the gym that doesn't wear a shirt. I only wear like my gym shorts
Yeah.
and my sports bra because I hate my shirt touching my sweaty back. I hate it.
You would hate working out with me. I am soaking wet.
Oh, I used to do wrestling. I used to
Okay.
be soaking wet through
Yeah.
practice all the time. I didn't like it.
I love it because it makes me feel like you just kicked your ass. You just kicked your ass, man. Good job.
Yeah, no, I was very proud of my sweaty moments,
Yeah,
but
still be.
it's gross. For the next one, vitamins. What vitamins do you take?
So I take a Men's Health pill. I take some fish oil.
I heard that's really good for your joints, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. I take a one probiotic in the morning.
For your stomach, right?
Yeah, just to make sure everything. And I just started a year and a half ago. I just haven't stopped. So I haven't tried it without it or
I'm
anything.
really bad with taking pills, so I've been on and off, and I need to get back on.
Well, for real, it's all about the routine, right? Like I'm not kidding. Like
That specific like taking pills every day, I can't do it. That's why I don't do birth control like that. I'd be pregnant right now.
Yeah.
So that isn't for me, but I would like to do vitamins because everyone says it is good for you.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, that's for sure. It's like right before you eat breakfast. I don't know if you eat breakfast, but if you don't,
I don't. I'm lactose intolerant, so it doesn't. And then like also I have IBS and gastritis, so like doing the acidic acid in my stomach, like OJ, just like
Yeah, I don't do OJ. I literally.
I
drink,
love
think,
OJ
only water.
though.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
You give and take.
still not the greatest stuff for you. A lot of sugar.
Oh, okay. I'll look for the what.
I can't believe I'm the one sitting here doing an interview on health. By the way, this blows my mind. It's so weird.
Hey, it's a combination of like what you've figured out, what I figured out. We're not pros,
Yeah.
but this is what we've experienced and what's working.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we are not health experts.
Nope.
The next one I have is sleeping well, getting a good night's sleep. That is so important. If you don't get sleep, I have seen firsthand some of my friends having sleep deprivation, and it's ugly. It's not a person you want to be around. So get some freaking sleep.
Yeah, it's easy. Just go to bed, get 8 hours of sleep. Like I'm up at 4 o'clock every morning now, so I make sure I go to sleep at 8:30 so I can get my full 7.5. I mean, it was tough to start going to sleep that early, but as you get into a routine and you start getting up at 4 o'clock, your body and you go through an entire
That's
day,
crazy.
your body starts to need that sleep.
For me, I will never be a morning person. I've tried it. No.
It's all up here.
I'm a night. I feel like some people are just born for certain times of the day, and I'm more of a night person.
So this goes back to that Four Agreements book, and
I have recognized that I fall more into the night. I mean, I can't say I won't try the morning, but is it my cup of tea now.
Well, so you never know, right? Then this is the thing: experiment with stuff. Try it for a couple weeks. Notice how you feel, and then go back to what it was you were doing, and notice how you feel. And when you start just kind of noticing what feels better and what doesn't, that's when you know it's what's right for you, right? But be open to trying it for a few weeks. Don't just try it for a day or two. Day 2, 3, you mess up. Go just there's day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just continue to try.
I'm gonna have people message me, God damn it, broke. I woke up past 3 weeks at 4 a.m.
No, this again, a very extreme situation here, right? Like
Yeah.
I've taken it to a level that I just have fallen in love with, making sure I take care of my mental and physical health. I read the Daily Stoic. This is the only thing I read every day is the Daily Stoic. It's just a one-page thing, and half the time I don't even know what the hell it means, but like it's a habit for me now, and it makes me think a little bit, and I'll share it with some people if I feel like it, could help relate to them, because that's another big part of this, like being able to share my experience with other people who have struggled with not believing that it's possible to be a healthier or better person. So I that's a big part of this for me, is to help inspire others to um, realize their full potential, realize that everybody has something in them. Um, Whatever it is, what it is. It's just whether you want to like really,
Tap into it.
yeah, and it's there. I swear it's there. You just have to practice every day and keep trying to work on this. And it's tough, but you know, if you know me or if you don't know me and you want to reach out to me or whatever, and Brooke can connect you or whatever. But
I
I'm
will put his
totally,
Instagram link at the bottom. And
yeah,
then
I'm
go
totally
from there.
willing to talk to anybody who may be struggling with some things on. I don't think I can do this or whatever. Could be anything. Um, I'd like to help you see what you're actually capable of.
Aw, you're like a mentor.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. And yeah. I don't know. Let me know.
uh, we will get more into that in a second. I'm gonna get through the rest of this list.
Okay.
So sleeping well for sure, and for sleeping, if you are at a camping festival, my trick is if you are next to a stage and trying to sleep, definitely get melatonin. I take 10 milligrams. You could probably take a little bit more. And then I like to put an eye mask on, my earbuds in, and I put headphones over, and I pass out like a freaking baby. If you're worried about trying to get sleep, that is a solid method to going to bed at a festival, or just taking the melatonin and going to sleep at your hotel. But
Yeah, or that was what I was gonna say, or
your
hotel.
hotel, yeah. We know you're pampered.
I'm just old.
Even if when I get older, I'm pretty sure I'm okay to just be in a tent.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm.
I really haven't tried it yet. Like I just knew I would be so uncomfortable, so big ever doing it. Like it just would not be fun. But
Hey,
now
here's your chance.
we're talking. Well, we were just talking about Rob and Dylan. We were talking about maybe like an RV thing potentially for like Los Angeles. Los Angeles one year would be cool. So I'd be down for maybe something like that.
I'd be down for that. Not freaking driving though.
Or you can rent one. Yeah, rent one up when we get up in Ohio.
Yeah, but I would never drive it. I'd never take that responsibility. I'd probably like hit someone.
Somebody will drive it.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry. We'll figure that out. I'll drive it. That's cool.
For another health thing, so we said about drinking water, and a big popular thing that rave groups like to do is putting Pedialyte or some liquid hydration IV powder into your water, and it gives you electrolytes and stuff.
So luckily I have some rave family here who takes care of me and makes sure I do those things. I don't know a whole lot about them. If I didn't have them, I'd be, in trouble.
It's more of
half
the rave
time.
mamas having them.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
you want one? I'm like, well, yes, please.
Yeah.
I'd like to be resurrected.
Yes. I usually try to find a Gatorade or two around the festival throughout the day. Because it's definitely good to, get those electrolytes back in. Yeah.
Definitely important to do that if you can. And another popular thing is they do like the oxygen thing where you can like inhale
I don't know anything
oxygen.
about that. Yeah.
So don't quote me on this. I've seen it at a couple of like clubs, especially at the House of Blues, but there's like oxygen tanks where you can like inhale certain stuff and it kind of just helps clear you out and kind of helps you rebalance yourself.
I've heard of like IV drips and
You
things
can do
like
the IV
that.
drips as well. So
Yeah.
there's that, and then inhaling like gas.
But I will tell you, as long as you can take care of yourself 3 or 4 times a week and you can drink water and you can stay hydrated throughout normal days of your life, you're not going to need a whole lot of, you know,
Oh yeah,
some of
yeah,
these other things. So
yeah.
I encourage definitely just,
Taking care of yourself.
just taking
But
care of yourself
if
always.
not, those are
For
options that
sure.
you
For
can
sure.
use.
Cheat codes.
Another big one is sitting and resting when needed. Listen to when you need to just sit down.
Yeah.
You don't have to rage all the time. There's no law saying that you have to stand and break your back. Sometimes sitting down and just laying down is the best thing for you at the moment so that you can recoup for later on and be able to have the energy to
Ready to excision.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to be ready for
for the
excision.
important sets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you don't do that anymore, so
Nah, I'll sit down every once in a while. Yeah. It used to be even uncomfortable sitting down. Like, it just everything was uncomfortable. So it's a whole new world for me, man.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
The next one is wear a hat or sunglasses. Sometimes when you're at festivals and there's no shade at all, it's best to protect your head. That sun can kill you, man, and it has killed people before. You need to wear that in sunscreen, chapstick, just like the basic necessities to like help save you. You don't want, a sunburn or skin cancer. You also don't want chapped lips that look like a butthole. So just bringing these items like will initially be helpful. Just take care of yourself. Is that too hard to ask for? Do
Yeah.
you bring any of those things?
Yeah.
You always wear a hat at a festival.
All the time. Glasses, I'm not so great at. Just because I think I look weird in glasses, but but yeah, I wear a hat all the time. Not good on sunscreen. I'm usually burnt at the end of a festival. There's definitely things I can improve on, and I'll always try to notice those things and work on them. But yeah.
Sometimes you're like, fuck it, I forgot everything.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Yeah.
I get so mad when I forget my chapstick. It's just like it makes my festival experience just a little bit like that much worse.
Yeah. I've been good about that here lately. So
we have another one. So this one is such a big important one, and this is just listening to your body and listening to your body in the sense of, like I just said, sitting down or you needing water, you having to go to the bathroom, you not feeling good, you seeking medical attention. There have been points for people that they're too scared to seek medical attention when they are in dire need of it because they think that they're going to get in trouble. Go seek medical attention. I don't care what you think. Or if your friend is, collapsed on the ground or is acting weird and needs help, go help your friend. Go get medical. You're not a friend if you're not trying to save their freaking life.
yeah, we've seen too many people during too many sets get dragged out on a gurney, and it's a sad scene. It really should make you double think what you're doing anytime you see something like that. Hopefully, you don't see something like that, but Lost Lands almost every year.
I haven't really seen that much at Lost Lands.
Yeah, it's the hot years, the
Mm-hmm.
years that it's been like brutally hot.
Yeah.
Which is not every year, but
The second year was definitely hot.
yeah, year one was great, super cool. Stage caught on fire, destroyed. baby steps. What are baby
Yeah,
steps stand
yeah.
for?
One step at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, go seek medical, like listen to your body. If you need help, just go
Yeah.
get help.
Yep.
And if you see your friends or some random person ODing, have Narcan on you. I will keep saying this. Bring some Narcan. You might save a freaking life. You never know.
Yeah, that's probably something I need to remember to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go buy some Narcan before Electric Forest just in case.
Yeah.
And getting to the closing of this, there's listening to your body, and then there's mentally recognizing that you need a break, help, but also that you're also in a good mindset as well. Like just recognizing that I don't know, sometimes you might need a break. You might need a break from being around people, and
Mhm.
you need to take yourself somewhere else
Mhm.
to be in a better mind state. Yeah. Yeah.
It can get a little intense sometimes at these festivals, right? Like you get very jam packed in, things start getting very aggressive. You start wandering in your own mind of kind of what's going on sometimes, and you do need to sometimes just sit back, go to like a shaded area, sit down, relax, lay down, close your eyes, whatever you need to do. But yeah, listen.
Listen to yourself, and if you're in a bad environment where you aren't okay with what's going on, remove yourself from there or tell your friend if like you need help, and just kind of like take care of yourself. Don't worry about what other people want or need, because the first person that you need to take care of is yourself, not anyone else.
Yeah,
And I feel like there's a lot of people that take different drugs out there, and it kind of in like sparks different things that coming out of people
yeah,
if they're in the wrong setting.
yep,
And you need to recognize maybe you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't be in those certain settings because this will trigger you to be like this.
hmm,
And you need to realize those triggers, and then also realize if you're in a good mental state for anything that you do. That is such a big, important thing for me, is when I go to festivals, I need to be in a good mental state, period. Because I don't like those bad vibes. I don't want to be around that. And that's with the people that you're around. I would never suggest like someone just dying in your family or something really terrible happen and then you go take something. I don't think that mentally that's, you know, a healthy way to
cope.
cope.
Yeah,
And it does affect people badly when they try to mix unstable emotions with stuff like that.
hmm,
Um, so just make sure that you yourself are okay at a festival. And if you're not, then voice this to your friends or remove yourself from a situation so you can just breathe and get yourself back on track and figure out what you want to do once you are stable.
go get something to drink, something to eat.
Yeah.
Just take care of yourself. You can choose to do that.
So that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else to
I don't
say?
I don't think so. It's the first time I'm kind of talking about all this like and stuff. So hopefully, it kind of all went all right and flowed all good and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thanks for
Well,
having me.
of course.
I'm glad I got to share. Like I've been kind of wanting to share the story, and obviously that's a very small part of it, but the idea is that um, if it's very possible to change this if you want to. It just takes a lot of hard work, and it's never going to not be work. So um, whether it's weight, whether it's relationships, I mean, whatever it is, goals. Um, don't think you're not capable of anything you can think of. So go do it.
Well, thank you for coming out. I'm really happy and proud of you that you did this. I've been wanting you to come out and do this for quite some time. I hope this impacts a lot of people, or just even spreading the word to one person and
Yeah.
impacting one person's life. just means the world. Because at the end of the day, like for like my followers, I just want you guys to be doing the best that you can. And like nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. He's not perfect. But as long as we try to do our best, try to do our best and take care of ourselves and have a fun time doing it. That's all I can ask for you guys. Don't be hard on yourselves. I know I can be hard, but at the end of the day, we just need to like look deep down and just, just try your best.
Don't
That's
give up
all.
on yourself. Yep.
Yeah, don't give up.
Yep.
Don't give up.
Go for your dreams.
Yeah.
Find purpose. Like if you're living in this situation where you just don't know why you're kind of doing things single day and what's really the point, kind of a thing, right? Like start thinking about the stuff that you really love doing and start thinking of ways that you can do that every single day. And then, obviously we got to get paid to pay bills and all that stuff, but you can make a living off of literally anything that you love. It just, again, it takes some hard work, some work way harder than others. I mean, the whole reason I wanted to do this was to play professional golf. Like I'm getting old. I'm not going to reveal my age, but I'm getting old. And, so that was a big goal for me to take on. And every single morning that I wake up, I know that I'm waking up to try to accomplish that. And even though it seems so far away, I'm willing to continue to put in the work to get there. As crazy of a dream as it seems like, um, I won't stop until I either make it or I'm out of here.
As long as you try.
Yeah.
As long as you try. And like, don't be too hard on yourself because at the end of the day, like, as long as you fucking try, that's just
That's
enough to be
enough.
proud
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
I have had many aspirations and I'm just proud that I put myself in different situations. Like, I was put in a rodeo pageant, I ended up winning it. I did wrestling, I got second in state. Like, who knew that I'd be able to accomplish that without me just going out and just,
Doing it.
yeah.
It comes down to this one. I'll cut it off. I'll stop talking after this. But literally, I used to see people when I was starting to kind of look into maybe losing some weight. People would do like 100 push-ups at a time, and I would just tell myself, "There's no way I could even do 10 push-ups, man." And until literally I got down and did 10 push-ups, and that was just a moment of like, wow, like all I had to do was try to do this thing that I said and was telling myself I couldn't do. That has taken me a long way. Just that realizing how much power is in just doing. So just do it.
Just freaking do it.
Just do it. Do whatever you want to do.
Aw. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks.
And I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.